I believe this is the fourth video in a row I've done on Facebook. And I want to emphasize that when I talk about investments, I'm not really encouraging you to invest in any company. I'm not encouraging that you trade in any company. I'm encouraging you to take ownership of companies that are going to change the way you live. And it's going to happen rapidly. As I've alluded in other videos, the change that's going to happen in the next 10 years is going to be equivalent to the change that has happened in the preceding 100 years. And I think there are a group of 6 companies that are going to be, probably 7 or 8 companies that are going to be at the head of that change. The ones that I've talked a lot about are the big 9. Even though there are 3 of them that I'm not going to recommend you buy them, because if you read another book, The Accidental Superpower, by Peter Zion, you'll know that I believe, and Peter believes, that the world order is going to change dramatically. But there are 6 companies here in the United States that are going to change the way we live, and they are, if I read them, IBM, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Apple. I would add to that Tesla. I think Tesla is going to change the world a lot. But what I want to focus on today is what I've talked about in the preceding 3 videos, and that's Facebook. Because I think Facebook, I don't think it's fair to say unlike other companies. There are several that are doing that. They're doing things that are setting them up for the future. I'll share with you, in 10 years, Facebook will not be in the advertising business. That business will go away. You aren't going to be buying anything. Your AI is going to be buying everything for you, because your AI is going to be smarter than you and know more about you and know more about anything and everything that you might consider buying. So you won't be buying anything. So Facebook has to recognize that and has to be putting themselves in a position to be in other businesses. And we've talked about, just most recently, how they're helping entrepreneurs and small businessmen get into the e-commerce business. We've talked about, and I'm going to talk more extensively, why Facebook bought Oculus and why they're going to get heavily into the virtual reality business. But what I want to talk about today is Libra. Libra is their cryptocurrency. They have had some difficult times with it because it scares the living bejeebies out of every government that has a currency. They're afraid that they're going to lose their hold on you, the population, if they lose their currency. I was just about a year ago now, I was in Cuba, and I saw how the Cuban government controls its population through the control of its currency. North Korea controls its population through the control of its currency. So when someone says we're going to create a cryptocurrency and we're going to make it available for the over 200 billion people that we have visiting our multiple websites, you can see why that government might call you in front of their hearing and question you about just what the hell are you doing? How are you going to how can we trust you with our currency? So there's a lot of question about it. But I have to ask you, if you're going to invest in a company, if you're going to take ownership in a company, don't you want to be part owner of a company who is recognizing these changes and then positioning themselves to take advantage of those changes? And that is what Facebook is doing. Facebook recognizes that there are 1.7 billion people around the world that don't have access to a checking account, don't have access to a bank account, don't have a credit card. All they have is cash, and it's in a currency that isn't easily interchangeable with some other people's currency. You and I don't know a damn thing about this. This is about moving currencies from one place to another. Though we have people in this country who every month send money home to, whether it be India, to whether it be Kenya, to whether it be Mexico, and they have to use Western Union, who charges them outrageous fees in order to move that currency. We don't know anything about that. But of those 1.7 billion people that don't have access to a banking account or a credit card or PayPal or Venmo or anything like that, they do have a phone. 1.3 billion of the 1.7 billion that don't have a checking account or access to a bank account have a phone. So if they had the means by which to use their phone to move currency at little or no cost, do you think they'd be interested in it? Now, does it make sense why Facebook went and spent, what was it, $1.7 billion to own an India company, and they're going to bring that the rest of India, half of their 1.2 billion population, internet service, and also bring them access to their social media. Now, if you have access to these people and they're using your social media on a daily basis, does it make sense that they might use your cryptocurrency to move their money? Now, Mark Zuckerberg has told Congress, I won't do this unless I have the approval of every government that we are using their currency. So there will be issues and it will take time, but I want to own a company. I want to be part owner of a company who is looking that far in the future, because this is going to happen. Someone's going to do it. There is a Libra association that is made up of a group of companies all over the world that are going to be a part of this. Now, if we look at the world of social media, Facebook is the largest social media platform in the world, followed by companies like WhatsApp. Well, who do you think owns WhatsApp? Facebook. It's in 150 countries, and it is the number one messaging service in the world. So if I'm using WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is my number one messaging service, and it's owned by Facebook, and I also use Facebook, and I also use Instagram, might I use that cryptocurrency? And what if they charge me less than Western Union and less than American Express or less than MasterCard? Well, why would they do that? Because they have another means of monetizing their contact with me, and that's through social media. Now you can see there's a reason why these 1.7 billion people would want to use this new currency that is Libra, that is made available through a social media service, whether it be WhatsApp, whether it be Instagram, whether it be Facebook, that they're comfortable with, and that makes it easy. Read in the Big Nine. Read about China. Read about Tencent and Baidu, who are already doing this in China. There are cities in China where the yuan is not accepted. Everybody uses their phone to pay for anything and everything. So this is nothing new, and China is truly trying to get ahead of Facebook and Google and everybody else who wants to do this and make the yuan the currency of choice for the world. But I don't think that's going to happen. And I think as a result of our government and the British government and the French government and every other government, they're going to say, we don't want the yuan as the international currency, and they're going to get on the bandwagon for Libra. And who owns Libra? No, Facebook will not own Libra, but they will be a major controller of it, and it will be distributed through their social media channels. So knowing this, please do your own research. Google it, YouTube it, and watch the videos and learn what I've learned. And you'll see then why I want to own Facebook. No, I want to be part owner of Facebook. I want to be Mark's partner in this endeavor, because this endeavor is going to change the way I live. I want you to go to this book. Go down into the description of this video, and you're going to see links for both the Big Nine and for this book, The Future is Faster Than You Think. And then I want you to go to page 56, and I want you to read the chapter about blockchain. And what that chapter is going to tell you is what I just told you about cryptocurrency and how it's a part of the future and how Facebook is going to be the driver of this. Read those books. Don't please. I had some gentleman comment today. Kerry, what would you suggest I buy? I had a ton of I think he said $40,000 or $400,000 in oil stocks and bank stocks and airlines, and they all went into the crapper. What would you buy? Please do not take the advice from some old man on YouTube that you don't know, and you take in all your money and put it into that. Read the books that I've read. They're in the description. Sign up for them. Also down there, you'll find a link to bestofusinvestors.com and become a part of our tribe, because I'm not going to talk to you about charts and graphs, and I'm not going to talk to you about PE ratios and overvaluations and undervaluations. I'm going to talk to you about the future. Also at that bestofusinvestors.com, you can get yourself a pink hat like this. Be sure to get one of those, or a coffee mug, so that you can let the rest of the world know that you are a part of this tribe and you invest differently than everybody else. So this is about my 5th video on Facebook, and that's what I'm going to do. Again, charts and graphs, heads and shoulders, that's not part of my program. I'm going to dig deep into each of the stocks that I think I want to own. You make a decision what you want to own. Don't take it from me. Don't rely on me. Read the books. Go in the description. Get the books. Read them. Do like I do. I get the hard copy and I get the audible copy, and I read and I listen, because I've learned if I can get 2 channels of education into my head at the same time, I'm going to remember a hell of a lot more of it than if I just do one. And I'm going to talk to you about Oculus and how the education system is going to change as a result of virtual reality, and Facebook owns Oculus. We'll get to that next time.